A beautiful question. First of all, she is a woman that understood purpose, which is very, very important to me. A woman of faith, and a woman that can, that is ready to go with me, even when it doesn't look like it. That is very difficult to find these days. Of course, she's a woman that loves God, and then the love for people and the respect for people also is one of the exceptional things I saw about her that I love so much. But I like to dwell on this aspect of a woman that can believe me, a woman that hardly doubts whatever I said. And I love to make references to one or two occasions, especially while preparing for our wedding, those days. I remember the wedding was very close, and she kept asking, what is the preparation like? The only preparation I had was a picture of how it looked like. The cash was not there. And then I remember one of those days I sat her down, and then I was explaining to her what is the difference between having all that we need right now and then having all that we need on the same day of the wedding. What matters is what we needed is available, and she understood. I had a vision, to launch a book. I remember I had my first book then on one of the expectation I had for God is I want to understand purpose. I want to understand vision before I get married. And then God, I went through a series of processes and stages in understanding this. And at the end of it, God said I needed to put all those strategies to get together in the form of a book and have it published. And as a result of that, I was planning a form of empowerment forum. I emptied almost all my accounts on this journey, or virtually everything on this journey. And what the assurance I had was that as successful as the event, so my wedding is going to be successful. But I want to tell you, everything came wonderfully. The provision was massive. People had never been favored like that. And that's one of the things that indicated to me that I got a good wife. He that findeth a good wife obtained favor from God. The kind of favor that came my way was massive. One of it was the young man that promised going to get the drinks we're going to be using for the entire reception. I think a few days before the wedding, he called that the drinks are no longer available. I said, glory to God. And then I kept believing God. I remember after the church wedding on a Saturday, while we were preparing for the reception, every other thing was ready. She was asking, where are we going to get the drinks? And so I just remembered. And then I kept dancing. I told her to relax. The drinks came miraculously. Virtually everything that was needed for the wedding was provided. Several other things that came up after then. I remember getting married, and the first thing I introduced, the first month, I told her I'm resigning from my job. I was so passionate. I had a lot of vision, a lot of dreams, a lot of business ideas. I needed to test run. I said, no, it's better I take some steps now that the children are not here yet. And then I told her not to tell anybody. You can imagine a young man that just got married and he's saying he's resigning from the job, which is the major source of income at that moment. And she believed me. That was the best experience of my life. I had between 7-8 months, and then I needed to test run certain ideas, test run certain things, and then, a lot of blessings came as a result of that before I went back to my career again and again. So she's a woman that can believe me and is working for me. When two agree, you can fly.